As a parent, raising a child is a very big challenge. However, it can become more challenging if you happen to raise your child in a different environment from where you were born, with different values and different culture. And it becomes much more challenging if your child starts seeing you and your mode of training as overbearing, rigid, too harsh, and even sometimes calling you names like Ozik. I've seen a lot of videos where parents are stating the challenge of raising a child in a different environment, and children are making their own statements, making videos of challenges they have having parents from a particular continent. And the last video I saw about topics like that really got to me, because the girl called her parents Ozik, and in the comment section, there was a lot of diverse comments. Some children who are living in the same country with the girl, with parents who were born in the same continent with the girl's parents, we are telling her that no, at first they thought their parents was Ozik, but they found out that their parents was just looking out for them. So some of the children were supporting them, was supporting the girl. Some parents were against the girl, and some parents were for the girl. Now, in my definition, the only challenge I see in that relationship is lack of acknowledgement, acceptance, and patience, which is hindering the progress. What do I mean? As a parent who has a child in a different environment, please, there's something you must always remember. Your child cannot act 100% like you. Your child cannot act 100% like the children or child who was born in the same continent with you. Your child cannot behave 100% like your niece or other children from you who was born in the same continent with you. It is different. Let me tell you, most times we ignore the fact that environment plays a huge role in one's upbringing. Environment plays a very high role in the way we think, we act. You have a child. If you have a child in your continent, what the value you are teaching your child is the same value the school is teaching your child, aside from the curriculum. It's the same value the people in the community is teaching your child, and it's also the same value the parents of your child friend has, and it's the same value they are teaching your child through their children. But now you live in a different environment. The culture is different, the values are different, and you happen to be the only one who is teaching your child your values, who is raising your child the same way you were raised in your continent. It is going to be a bit of a challenge, because the manner you are raising your child is different from the manner the school is raising your child. The way the values you have is totally different from the values the parents of your child's friends has. The values you have is totally different from what the community has to offer. So please acknowledge the fact that it is going to be different. I am from the eastern part of my country, but I was born and raised in the southern part of my country. I'm going to tell you this for free. The way I react, the way I think, the way I act is totally different from my siblings who were born and raised in the eastern part of my country. I am not saying one is right and the other is wrong, but it is the mode of our thinking is totally different. Yes, because of the difference in geographical location. So that is how it is going to be for your child. If you happen to have a child in another continent, please do not expect your child to be 100% like the child, like you, or any child from your continent. Now, is it really wrong to want to train your child the way you were raised? No, as long as it is right, no. But you need patience. Honestly, you need a lot of patience. Yes, you could seize every opportunity you have in cheapening your value, cheapening the way you were raised in your country, in your continent. But please, you have to be tactful and you have to be patient, because if you want the child to be 100% like you might end up losing your relationship with your child. Every normal parent wants what is good for their children, but sometimes how we pass down that value matters a whole lot. So please, you have for you to see progress, you have to be patient and you have to accept the fact that your child is not 100% going to be like you. I am going to say it over and over again because it is the truth and I am a living example. Dear child, before you call your parents names like Ozik, overbearing, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful because one, what you see as toxic might be different from what your pals sees as toxic. You've got to be careful because your friends' parents or your online pals' parents can actually be Ozik, but your parents are not. For the fact that they've got different opinion to yours does not make them overbearing. Yes, I know it's difficult, but maybe you want to go for a party or you want to hang out with friends. It is late, you don't drive, they are not available to pick you up and drop, they are not available to drop you and pick you up. And so because they've got the authority, they tell you, I'm not comfortable with this party, please, I don't want you to go. And then you call them names, you call them all sort of names. You've got to be careful. And please never forget that where your parents was born and raised is totally different from where you are. Different value, different environment, different culture, different community. So for the fact that your parents have moved and they have settled in the same country you were born for a long time, do not expect how your parents were raised to be easily erased. Do not expect your parents to behave exactly the same way like your friend's parents, whose maybe third, fourth, or even fifth generation was born and raised in the same country as you. However, if there's a different idea and you want to speak with your parents, and you think it is really difficult to speak with them, do not hesitate to always speak up. If it's difficult to approach them one-on-one, you can put it in writing. Let me tell you, it works. Put it in writing. They might be furious of the fact that you have to write to them, but when they come up to you and ask you, why do you do that, explain yourself. Tell them that you really need to speak with them, and most times you find it difficult because of how they react. Let me tell you, most parents want what is right and what is best, and most times they do what they do for your well-being. So do not, I repeat, do not burn that relationship bridge between your parents and you just because of your friends, just because of your online pals, just because they've got different idea. I know it is difficult, but please try as much as possible to keep that relationship going. Try as much as possible to always remember that the environment you were born, and the environment your parents were born is totally different, and that sometimes is going to affect your decision, your opinion, and that of your parents. Lastly, please be careful how you call your parents' name, because what your child might be going through is different from what you are going through. Your child's parents might actually be that name they use for their parents, but yours might not be. Do you understand? Now, if you agree with me, say I. If you don't, say I. The eyes have it. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.